Coming to you from the heart of the Motherlode, this is EDC's Week in Review, your October 17th edition. Thank you for tuning in. For the weather this week, it's going to be a sunny week with a few clouds here and there, highs in the mid-70s and lows in the mid-50s. Should be a nice week to visit Apple Hill and get out and enjoy some nice fall weather. Now on to our top stories. Murder case against CAL FIRE captain delayed. The preliminary hearing for CAL FIRE captain Darren McFarland, charged with killing his partner and her young son, has been postponed, according to the Mountain Democrat. McFarland faces 2 counts of first-degree murder, an attempted murder charge, and other related offenses. Prosecutors allege that August 21st shootings occurred inside the family's Cameron Park home. Deputies found 29-year-old Marissa Herzog dead at the scene, and her son later died at a hospital. McFarland was arrested in Mono County hours later and remains jailed without bail. A preliminary hearing is now set for December 8th. Wrongful conviction spurs statewide change. The county has paid $3 million to Ricky Davis, wrongfully imprisoned 15 years for a 1985 murder, part of a $4.5 million settlement highlighted by the county DA's office as a costly lesson in flawed interrogations, according to Village Life. DNA evidence cleared Davis in 2020 and led to another man's conviction 2 years later. Since then, Pearson's office has partnered with the state's Commission on Peace Officer Standards and Training to create science-based interviewing, a new method that replaces coercive tactics with rapport-driven questioning. Officials say the reform helps prevent false confessions and speeds real justice, with statewide training already underway. A symposium is planned for 2026 to expand adoption. Debate and call for reboot over old City Hall repairs. Placerville's City Council narrowly approved a nearly $60,000 contract amendment to stabilize the historic Old City Hall, following public debate about the project's cost and approach. According to coverage from the city's October 14th meeting, the amendment funds construction documents needed to remove deteriorating scaffolding and repair the structure's roof and walls. Residents voiced concern over spending priorities and transparency, questioning why scaffolding removal wasn't included earlier. Despite criticism, Mayor Clerici defended the move, calling preservation a matter of civic responsibility. The 3-2 vote, with Councilmember Carter and Yarborough dissenting, moves long-delayed restoration plans forward, though exact construction costs still remain unknown. In a public post following the meeting, local preservation advocates are urging officials to reboot the restoration plans, outlining years of contracts, engineering changes, and cost increases tied to the stabilization effort that now exceed $200,000. Critics argue the city has bypassed environmental review under CEQA and sidelined local experts who offered low-cost repair options. The message calls for new transparency, accurate spending reports, and a reevaluation of who ultimately manages the properties. Fair Plan rate hike could hit homeowners hard. A proposed 36% rate increase from California's Fair Plan could sharply raise costs for local homeowners, particularly in high wildfire risk areas, in EDC reports. If approved, the change would take effect after April 1, 2026. The plan cites wildfire losses and rising reinsurance costs, while regulators may modify or reduce the proposal. County residents living in foothill fire zones could see premium hikes of 40 to 55%. Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara says the state's goal is to balance consumer protection with solvency. Local officials urge homeowners to harden their homes and document mitigation work to qualify for discounts under state programs. Recent felony convictions in the county. 2 recent convictions highlight the county's continued push against drug and financial crimes. In one case, 44-year-old Matthew Tisdale pleaded no contest to felony possession of a controlled substance after deputies discovered methamphetamine, which Tisdale claimed were diamonds, hypodermic needles, and a broken meth pipe during a January traffic stop. Judge Ralph sentenced him to 180 days in jail and 2 years of formal probation. In a separate case, William Matthew Ames received an 8-year state prison term for defrauding local investors through fake contracts and false promises. A jury found him guilty of 6 felony counts, and prosecutors say he used victims' money for personal expenses. And now for some news nuggets. The Sheriff's Office hosts its 5th annual blood drive on October 21st from 1 to 6:15 p.m. at Placerville headquarters to honor Deputy Brian Ishmael with appointments recommended. The abandoned 4,000-acre Iron Mountain ski resort near Highway 88 is listed for $4 million, offering flexible zoning for potential redevelopment while preserving ski history. The El Dorado Western Railroad's fall-themed ride on October 25th at 10 a.m. and noon features scenic trips and a pumpkin patch for $12 adults, $3 children, celebrating harvest season. Placerville's new grocery outlet at 31 Fair Lane opened on October 16th, offering discounted groceries and $1,000 giveaway promotions through the app until November 14th. CAL FIRE lifted the burn permit suspension starting October 17th, allowing residents with valid permits to resume vegetation burning on permissible days. Placerville's annual cleanup day on October 18th from 8 a.m. to noon at Mosquito Road Park and Ride accepts household waste drop-offs, as well as a Gold Bug Park trail cleanup. Paving at the Pioneer Trail and Highway 50 intersections in Myers from October 17th to 21st will cause 10-minute traffic delays as part of safety improvements. The county will hold a public hearing on October 21st at 1 p.m. to adopt new film permit fees based on a cost recovery study, inviting resident comments. Placerville proclaimed October as All Colors, All Cancers Awareness Month, featuring a multicolored ribbon display at the bell tower to promote early detection and cancer awareness. In an update from last week's story, former Mayor Tamara Wallace retained ex-Judge Stephen C. Bailey to represent her in a county DA criminal investigation, signaling a vigorous defense. The Georgetown Divide Public Utility District is accepting applications for 4 Finance Committee seats to advise on budget and fiscal policy. The Board of Supervisors gave one-day notice and will hold a public hearing on November 18th to adopt updated development impact fees for infrastructure in the Bass Lake Hills Specific Plan area. And on to our closing stories. Historic Society hosts author event in Placerville. The El Dorado County Historical Society will host author M.G. Rawls for a presentation on her book, Hanging Justice, which explores the county's final public executions in the 1880s. The event takes place October 17th from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at the historic Morningstar Lodge on Main Street. Rawls, the great-granddaughter of the sheriff who oversaw the hangings, will display a hand-carved ship made by the 2 condemned men. Her 5-year research effort highlights moral debates over justice and mercy that divided the community. Tickets are available at edch.org/events. Save the Graves returns to Placerville. The annual Save the Graves event returns October 18th to Placerville's Union Cemetery, celebrating women of character who shaped the county's history. Hosted by Save the Graves El Dorado, the program features costume actors portraying 8 notable women in 10 to 12-minute performances. Tickets are $15 for adults and $10 for seniors, with free admission for children. The event blends local history with theater to preserve the stories of influential residents in one of the region's oldest cemeteries. And this has been EDC's Week in Review, your October 17th edition. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, if you enjoy our content, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend. And if you want to learn more about these stories, please see the show notes.